Question number 9, Tracey Martin.
Kia ora, Mr Speaker.
Kia
To the
ora.
Minister for Tertiary Education, Skills and Employment, does he stand by his statement yesterday that, and I quote, "We just have the occasional agent and the occasional provider that doesn't do things properly"?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Yes, Mr Speaker, I stand by my full statement, which went on to say, quote, "and we have to sort that out." For the most part, the international education sector provides an excellent education experience for the 125,000 students from around 176 countries which come here, while providing over $3 billion in export returns and jobs for over 30,000 New Zealanders. However, some agents, particularly in the Indian market, and some providers are not complying with expectations, and the government is robustly addressing the situation.
Supplementary?
Supplementary question, Tracey Martin.
Does he think it appropriate to be so flippant and say we just have the occasional agent that doesn't do things properly when Immigration New Zealand uncovered at least 57 Indian education agents involved in fraudulent methods in the year end to March 2016?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Well, Mr Speaker, I've been described as many things, but flippant is generally not one of them. The reality is the member is right. I'm very aware of that number. That's as a number of around about 1,200 Indian agents that supply students to New Zealand. So my point is that there are some that misbehave, and actually New Zealand is taking a very robust approach.
That's more than a bit of chatter in the Order. Supplementary question, Tracey Martin.
To the Minister, when did he become aware that these agents are saying that independent English language assessments and interviews are not required for study in New Zealand, and can he confirm they are saying it falsely?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, that was last year, and it is false, and New Zealand changed the rules commencing 1st of October 2015 to require IELTS 5 or 6 clearly for those people that want to apply for student visas from India to come to New Zealand.
Supplementary?
Supplementary question, Tracey Martin.
In light of his last answer, what resourcing has he provided to NZQA and has his Cabinet provided to Immigration New Zealand to proactively monitor, enforce and ensure PTEs and agents are meeting the new pastoral care obligations, or will they wait until thousands of students are illegally in New Zealand?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, NZQA has the resources to provide a robust response, and my understanding is that Immigration New Zealand does as well, and in fact have just been effectively provided more resources because of the new systems that they have which free up staff to deal with these matters. In relation to the member's question, in actual fact their robust approach has led to a 22% decline in first-time student visas from India this year, and I expect that to continue through the year because of the very robust approach they're taking.
Supplementary?
Supplementary question, Tracey Martin.
Is it not a fact that his government continues to allow dodgy PTEs and unscrupulous contractors to exploit these students, treating them like cash cows as long as they, and I quote him, generate income for us?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
I know who wrote that question, Mr Speaker. The reality is we don't. The Indian market is a robust market, and it can be challenging. In fact, countries that receive students from India, including Canada, the US, the UK and Australia, have sometimes similar problems to what we've experienced. But by working together and working aggressively, the immigration departments of those countries and others are able to get on top of some of the issues we see in India.
Question number